This time of year is powerful because it feels like you're being handed a fresh page. You can look into the past and decide what you want your future to be like. You can tell yourself, this is the year the resolution finally sticks. But I also know how it goes because I've been there too. You miss a few days, your streak breaks, and then your brain says, you lost, game over, you can't do it. This is the moment the most resolutions die, and I want to help you overcome it. People carry all kinds of resolutions into the new year. For some of you, it's health. For some of you, it's money related, time, organization, starting a brand new project. So if you've ever started strong and stopped the moment your streak broke, I want you to stay with me. In games, we do this with every new character too. We design a new build, we start a perfect plan, we tell ourselves this run will be different, and then real life hits, we don't like how it's playing out, something starts to feel heavy, maybe we don't play for a few days, and we quit before we ever really dive deep into the adventure. I do the New Year reroll almost every single year. I tell myself, I'm gonna work out 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm gonna be consistent. And oftentimes I do start strong, and then 2 weeks in, something happens and I fall off track. And my brain treats it like the entire thing is ruined. This is a streak trap. We start believing the progress only counts if it's perfect and uninterrupted. Life will never be perfect, and growth will never be perfect either. Leading yourself is what you do after the plan breaks, and growth is what you do when the streak is gone and you still decide to show up. So if one missed day is enough to make you quit, you don't need more motivation. You need a system that helps you recover. I know systems matter because I have seen one work in my own life. Several Januaries ago, I made a simple decision that was so clear I could not talk myself out of it. I decided that I wasn't going to drink anything with calories in it anymore. No calorie-filled sodas, no sugary drinks. That decision stuck for years, not because I became some sort of superhero, but because it was clear, trackable, and it did not leave any room for negotiation. So here's what I want to do with you in this new year. I don't want you to make a wish and call it a plan. I want you to build a quest line. And I want to give you a simple framework that you can use for any resolution that you care about and will make returning easier than quitting. It's just like starting a character in a brand new campaign, only you're actually going to see it through to the end. You're going to have a main quest that you're going to follow for 30 days, whatever your New Year's resolution is. And then you're going to have 2 daily quests that help support that resolution. Then you're gonna have 1 weekly boss fight to help grow you and stretch you and see the progress that you've made. And then a save point. Let me show you how this is going to work. Games teach this naturally because they do not ask you to become better in some sort of abstract situation. They give you a next step, they give you feedback, the next quest, and it proves that progress is actually happening. If you keep restarting every single time your streak breaks, it does not mean that you are lazy, and it does not mean that you are broken. It means that your system is fragile, and it was built in a way that collapses every single time life gets messy. So we're gonna rebuild your resolution into a quest line that you can actually follow. Maybe your resolution is stamina. So your identity or your role would be, I'm the kind of person who moves every day and keeps my body ready. That's the role that you're playing. The main quest is that you pick something concrete that you can do for the next 30 days. For me, I would like to complete 1 30-day stretch of DDP yoga workouts. And then I want to do 2 small quests that help support the main quest. So go for a 10-minute walk every day. Make sure that I am making wise food choices. And then my weekly boss fight would be, I'm going to choose 1 harder DDP yoga video that I haven't done yet, or maybe I'm going to go on 2 walks today instead of just 1, or something to stretch myself. And then the save point is I'm going to review what worked at the end of the week, what helped me, what didn't help me, and what's the adjustment that I need to make moving into the next week. But the rule is when the streak breaks, you do not re-roll. You return to the quest line. You go right back to it. The second build might be your gold build, money and stability. Think of it like a buffer fund, whether that means an emergency fund or saving for something specific. Your identity, the role that you're playing, is I'm the kind of person who creates safety financially and options. And the main quest could be to build or grow a emergency fund or a buffer fund over the next 30 days. Maybe your daily quest is to spend two minutes just checking what you spent today, looking at your bank account, moving over a small amount into that buffer. And maybe the weekly boss fight is to cut one expense that you could live without and redirect it into the buffer, or perhaps maybe do some meal prepping to save yourself money throughout the rest of the week. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be for you. It depends on your goals, how often you get paid, things like that. But the same idea applies here. And then your save point is the weekly review. Did the buffer go up? What drained it? What's the adjustment that I need to make for the next week? And the third build maybe you need to work on is the focus build. Your identity or the role that you're playing is I'm the kind of person who protects my attention and plans my week on purpose. And your main quest is to make sure you get the top 3 things you need to get done every single day. Make a list of all your various responsibilities at the beginning of the week and each day track, am I hitting my goals? Am I actually doing this? Because a life not lived on purpose is a life that's not well lived. And one key thing is to start these quests before you scroll anything. Let me come back to the moment where the streak breaks and your brain says, you lost, game over, you can't do it. A broken streak is not a verdict, it's information. It's a signal that your system needs adjustment. So here's my challenge for this new year. Before the year even starts, plan out your first month. What are the 3 resolutions or 2 resolutions, or maybe just start with 1? And what are the daily and weekly quests that you need to go on to support that resolution? And let me know down in the comments below. Tell me, what is going to be your main quest for the next 30 days? I will reply to as many of them as I can and help you make them clearer and easier to track. Good luck, adventurer. You can do this. And remember, here at the Guiding Lantern, there is always light for the quest ahead.